Vice President Ienre welcomes efforts of Nigerian scientists on research into COVID-19 treatment.
We have introduced reforms of fiscal incentive policies to prioritize job creation.
Federal government expresses commitment to the implementation of 2021 budget.
You saw being demonstrated here is to show that Nigerian Army uphold fundamental human rights, and the Chief of Army Staff does not hesitate to punish anybody that violates it.
The military intensifies efforts in fighting bandits and banditry as Army court-martial sentences one to death for killing senior officer. And federal government signs Kano Maradi railway contract. Hello and welcome to Network News tonight, reaching you live from our studio in Abuja. I'm Ienre John. Reading with me tonight, I have Dr. Kuje in Lagos, while Obehi Otobo Prasai will be joining us later from Benin. Thanks for joining us. Vice President Ienre has welcomed efforts by a team of Nigerian scientists investigating the effectiveness and roles that ivermectin drug can play in the treatment of the coronavirus disease. State House correspondent Jide Onifade reports.
The theme, which is composed of Nigerian scholars at home and abroad, has also submitted their report on the usefulness of the drug to the World Health Organization, which has already appointed a peer review expert from the United Kingdom. While being briefed on the report by a team of scientists led by Professor Femi Babalola, the principal investigator, and Professor Chris Bode, the chief medical director of Lagos University Teaching Hospital, the Vice President expressed excitement that Nigeria and Nigerians are at the cutting edge of scientific research into the COVID-19 treatment. Commending the efforts of the team, Vice President Ienre noted that with the report, Nigeria is at an advantage both in knowledge and availability of the drug, especially since ivermectin has been found useful not only in the treatment of COVID-19, but also as a prophylactic medication. It said the federal government would explore further ways to support the research for the benefit of Nigerians and humanity, while also advancing the effective funding of scientific research in the country. The team commended the Buhari presidency for encouraging the research and thanked the Vice President for his personal role and support. In the State House, Jide Onifade, NTA News.
Now, looking at the economy, the federal government is optimistic that the 2021 budget will perform optimally with strategies put in place. Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, who gave the assurance while presenting a breakdown of the federal government's budget, also advised Nigerians to familiarize themselves with the Citizens Guide available on the website of the Budget Office of the Federation. Leah Katung Babatunde joined the webinar and now reports.
2020 was a very challenging year for the entire human race. It started well and ended a complete departure from all expectations. In Nigeria, the budget had to be reviewed downwards, but impressively, Nigeria attained 73% revenue success rate based on figures already collated against all odds. The IMF projects that global economy will recover gradually to 5.2% despite a slowdown in 2020. Sub-Saharan Africa will see an improvement of 3% against a contraction of 3.1%. Nigeria is projected by the IMF to record a GDP growth rate of 1.7%, though the National Bureau of Statistics puts the figure at 3%. The Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, this Tuesday gave a virtual breakdown of the spending plan for 2021 and where the funds would come from. She explains the Finance Act will ease economic strains on individuals and companies, adding that government remains open to receiving ingenious advices.
The Finance Act 2020 has adopted a counter-cyclical policy direction to respond to this economic downturn. We have introduced some fiscal relief measures to provide relief to taxpayers. We've also introduced reforms of fiscal incentive policies to prioritize job creation and create recovery and growth and foster closer coordination between monetary, trade, and fiscal authorities.
The budget is predicated on the $40 per barrel oil benchmark, 11.95% inflation rate, and an exchange rate of 379 naira to the dollar. Defense and security, infrastructure, as well as youth, women, and social development are top on the critical sectors allocation table for the year. The minister assures there are initiatives to enhance revenue collection and control expenditure. The initiatives will also improve the business environment, support the economic sustainability plan, and improve the social well-being of Nigerians. In Abuja, Leah Katung-Babatunde, NTA News.
Meanwhile, Pan-Nigeria is appealing to the federal government to consider reversing its decision in the 2020 Finance Act that reduces tariff on importation of certain automotive in a bid to save the sector from total collapse. Pan-Nigeria Chairman Ahmed Wadada Aliyu stated this at a briefing in Abuja. Musa Abubakar reports.
Just when some businesses are applauding the federal government on the 2020 Finance Act and its tax breaks to businesses, the automotive industry, on the other hand, is not smiling.
And talking about mobility today in Nigeria, you cannot wish away the automobile sectors.
The implementation of the Act, which commenced on 1st January 2021, reduces duty on imported buses from 35% to 10%, fully built cars from 35% to 5%, and trucks from 35% to 10%. This PAN Chairman Ahmed Wadada says could affect National Automotive Industry Development Plan, which is aimed at promoting the sector in the country.
The government should increase the demand for locally assembled mini and city buses by the launching of a low-cost vehicle asset acquisition fund under the control of the Nigeria Automotive Design and Development Council. With such a progressive move, haulage bus and truck owners will readily refleet to better serve the masses.
Either the common man will get the transportation cost reduction that is required, and neither will the industry itself grow, because we are going to shut down.
PAN is hoping for reverse to save the sector from loss of huge investment, 6,000 jobs, as well as avoid making the country a dumping ground for used vehicles. In Abuja, I am Musa Abubakar, NTA News.
In other news, as part of its promise to connect the whole country by rail, the federal government has signed a memorandum of understanding with a Portuguese-based company for the construction of $1.9 billion Kano-Maradi standard gauge railway lines. Signing on behalf of the federal government, Minister of Transportation Chibuike Rotimi Amechi says government is committed towards revolutionizing the transportation system in Nigeria. Managing Director of the contracting firm, Antonio Graca, disclosed that the project, besides developing freight and passengers transport, will be integrated with road transportation, which will make great contribution to the local economy.
Access to the site and to start preparing all the activities we have to do according with our engineering design.
Kano-Maradi Rail project is not a standalone project. It is part of the greater Lagos-Kano-Maradi project, and it is also part of the greater West African community agreements towards expanding trade and transport.
Well, it's a decision, a strategic decision of the Nigerian government, and they choose, we didn't send them, they choose a Portuguese company who's very experienced in Africa and very good at that. They just won another contract in a very close country and another bid in another close country.
The Kano-Maradi Railway will run through 3 states of Kano, Jigawa, Katsina and Niger Republic as far as Maradi. Besides providing transportation, the project will provide additional socio-economic benefit to both countries. It is expected to be completed in May 2023. And away from the railway, contrary to widely circulated reports of an impending total closure of the 3rd Mainland Bridge from the 13th of January 2021, the Federal Controller of Works in Lagos, Olukayode Popola, has debunked the news, stating that rather consultations are ongoing with the Lagos State government and other stakeholders towards shifting existing diversion points for construction works on the bridge starting from January 15. In a statement, Popola noted that the existing traffic diversion arrangement remains valid as the contractor would only be moving the current diversion point towards Oworoshoki and close the Adekunle Slip Road on the Lagos Island-bound carriageway for 2 weeks. President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the posting of ambassador designates to Nigerian missions abroad. The list includes 43 career ambassadors and 52 non-career ambassadors. With this development, the process of requesting for agreements from the respective countries of posting has commenced. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs says there will be an induction course for the ambassador designates and their spouses, which will hold on a date to be announced shortly to prepare and facilitate movement to the respective missions. Court-martial sentenced a soldier to death. We'll bring you details of this and more after the break. Stay with us.
Are you ready for this?
Let me hear you, AJ.
Ready for this?
Give me some bass.
That good for you?
Nice, AJ.
Just one.
Bring it up.
Just one.
Double it.
Just one.
I was born hungry for success. It's the Nigerian way.
Flo gets it. Champions stay hungry. Oh yeah.
Flo gets it big time. One more for sure.
Champions go the distance
and then go further. Glow, the heart of a champion.
The Bachama Traditional Council specially acknowledged goodwill messages of the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, His Eminence the Sultan of Sokoto, Alhaji Muhammad Said Abubakar III, CFR, MNI, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Barrister Boss Mustafa, and expressed profound appreciation to all dignitaries and guests who graced and contributed in diverse ways to the successful coronation and presentation of first-class staff of office to His Royal Majesty Daniel Shaga Ismaila, PhD OON, Bawonomie Ginungedia, the 29th Hammer Bachama by His Excellency Right Honorable Amadu Umaru Fintiri, the Executive Governor of Adamawa State, on Wednesday, December 23rd, 2020 at Makwada Square, Numan. Signed to Joel Madaki Nzomboro Kaku Bachama, Chairman Coronation Organizing Committee 2020 for Bachama Traditional Council.
Dear customer, link your Airtel number to your national identification number today. Here are easy ways you can do it. Dial *121*1# on your Airtel line and follow the prompts on the screen. Type in your 11-digit government-approved NIN number. You will receive a confirmation message to confirm your entry. You can also visit www.airtel.com.ng/NIN to link your phone number to your NIN. If you do not know your NIN, simply dial *346# to get it. No stress, no wahala.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
The Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, Federal Ministry of Finance, postponement of 4th National Treasury Workshop. The Accountant General of the Federation regrets to inform all invited Directors of Finance and Accountants, Directors of Internal Audit and all MDAs, all Commissioners of Finance of the 36 states and the FCT, all Accountants General of the 36 states and the FCT, all revenue-generating agencies and other relevant stakeholders that the 3-day National Treasury Workshop earlier scheduled to hold from Monday 18th to Wednesday 20th January 2020 at Ibom Hotel, formerly Loma Region Hotel, Uyo Akwa Ibom State, has been postponed. All inconveniences caused by the postponement, which is due to the rise in the COVID-19 cases as announced by the Presidential Task Force on the COVID-19, is highly regretted. A future date will be communicated. Signed, Ahmed Idris, FCNA, Accountant General of the Federation.
It's gonna be perfect, it's gonna be worth it, it's gonna be
It's the natural ingredients and rich flavor of North that brings people together.
Mama Mina won't send money, make Amina collect for school. Obina won't withdraw from your account, but you no carry in card. Hey, written then go use. Momo agents then go use you. Sissy Ronke won't pay light bill, plus recharge Go TV. Nishi for no go miss Telemundo. Tamuno say she won't buy data for phone. Waiting then go use. Momo agents then go use you.
Now with your Momo agent, you fit send and receive money, plus to withdraw money for your bank account without card or data. You fit also buy airtime and data or pay any kind bill where you want. Just dial *223# to see the Momo agent when near you. Momo agent, safe, fast, no wahala.
Thank you for staying. 7th Division General Court Martial Operation Lafiadoli has sentenced a soldier to death and 6 others to imprisonment and reduction in rank for committing murder, manslaughter and assault. The judgments were delivered today by President of the General Court Martial, Brigadier General Aripo Ekubi, sitting at Maimalari Cantonment in Maiduguri. Maimuna Gaba reports.
Delivering the judgment, President of the General Court Martial Brigadier General Aripo Ekobi said Trooper Azuna Madubuchi of 202 Battalion Bama was guilty of the offense of murder, who intentionally opened fire on Lieutenant B.S. Ngorji.
The sentence of this General Court Martial on you, Trooper Azuna Madubuchi, for the offense of murder is to suffer death, as provided under Section 106 of the Armed Forces Act.
The President of the Court Martial delivered verdicts are Sergeant Sani Ishaya and 3 others found guilty of committing manslaughter, and sentenced Sergeant Sani Ishaya to 4 years imprisonment, while Lance Corporal Fabi Bidemi 2 years imprisonment, as well as Private Adamu Abdurrashid and Private Musa Bala 1 year imprisonment each. The court martial also found Private Mohammed Kuru guilty of manslaughter for causing accidental discharge, killing a 12-year-old boy, sentenced to 3 years imprisonment, while Lance Corporal Ajao Emmanuel got a reduction in rank from Lance Corporal to private soldier for causing grievous harm to a civilian.
The judgment passed today, personally, it has been fair.
What you saw being demonstrated here is to show that Nigerian Army upheld fundamental human rights.
They both expressed satisfaction with the verdict and commended the General Court Martial for bringing justice to bear. In Maiduguri, Maimuna Garba, NTA News.
The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai, has charged candidates of the 80 regular intake of the Nigerian Army to be prepared to serve at any part of the country. General Buratai gave the charge to the prospective soldiers at the Falgore Forest, Kano, a former den for criminals. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa has details.
6,000 candidates comprising male and female for the 80 regular intake of the Nigerian Army converged at the Falgore Forest, Kano for the final screening exercise into the Nigerian Army. With a mixture of savanna and Sahel vegetation, the forest, a former hideout for bandits and kidnappers, provides the needed challenge for testing and screening of these prospective soldiers.
We must have the best.
While at the Falgore forest that has been dominated and developed to a training ground, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tuku Buratai, urged the candidates to be disciplined and be prepared to serve in any war front after successful recruitment and training.
All of you will go to Sambisa at the end of your depot training. Is that clear? If you are not ready to move to Sambisa and other parts of the country, are not ready to be loyal at any point, then it's not late. You can just stand up and go.
The candidates selected from all states of the Federation and the FCT, full of joy and high morale, cheer up each other as they moved to the long-awaited final mandatory physical test, the 30 and 20-kilometer race for male and female. From Falgore Forest in Kano, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
And still on security, the Nigerian Air Force has partnered with an indigenous firm in the area of personnel empowerment and the provision of logistics to boost security of lives and property. While inspecting the firm's facilities in Lagos, the Chief of the Air Staff, Sadiq Abubakar, stated that the fight against crime is not for the armed forces alone, but a collective responsibility of all Nigerians. Adiola Komiakere reports.
The multiple security challenges of Nigeria persistently keep the members of the armed forces on their toes as more strategies and collaborations are introduced into the warfare. This is the essence of this Lagos trip embarked upon by the Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar. With the reception over, Air Marshal Abubakar and his entourage proceeded to the indigenous company that has specialized on marine and aviation logistics services for a period of about 19 years. He expressed satisfaction with the facilities on ground, calling for more private participation in the provision of needed facilities for the Air Force to beef up its operations.
We can key into so many things that they are doing here so that we can get serviceable Augusta 109 and probably the 139 as well as the Bell 412. The facilities they have is top-class facilities, and I believe that we are going to work together with them so that we will build the required capacity for us to continue to do the job assigned to us.
I will work assiduously with him to do our best to ensure that everything they want that we can provide are delivered with utmost urgency, with transparency as well.
With this partnership, the Nigerian Air Force will no longer engage the services of foreign firms in the maintenance of some of its aircrafts. This is in line with the Presidential Executive Order No. 5, which encourages local content in public procurement with science, engineering, and technology components. In Lagos, Adeola Komiakere, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the Nigeria Police Force has approved the posting and redeployment of commissioners of police to 21 state commands and formations. A statement from the Nigeria Police indicates that CP Adeleke Adeyinka Bode has been posted to Kebbi State. CP Philip Marco Special Protection Unit, Force Headquarters, Abuja. CP Ali Janga Aji, Sokoto State. CP Ohikere S. Idris, Armament Force Headquarters, Abuja, while others have also been redeployed to 17 additional state commands and formations. The statement explains that the postings and redeployments are with immediate effect. And away from security, community involvement coupled with other stringent measures and the fight against armed bandits and kidnapping Katsina State plays significant role in recording tremendous success in rescue operations of kidnapped victims in the state. Shehu Adamu reports that this has led to the rescuing of no fewer than 180 kidnapped victims. Details of that report will be brought to you in our subsequent bulletin. Now, Following the fire outbreak in Kuje Market in Abuja Municipal Area Council, FCT, Minister of State Ramatu Tijani Aliyu has called for the reorganization and remodeling of the market. This was during the minister's visits to victims of the Kuje Market inferno, where she acknowledged critical stakeholders for their prompt response. Ifeanyi Izumba reports that over 80 timber shades and 300 furniture shops were affected in the incident.
While pledging that the FCT administration would see how best to assist the victims, the FCT Minister of State, Ramatu Tijani Aliyu, tasked traders to take precautionary measures as most of the goods sold in the market are highly flammable, revealing that the personnel of FCT Fire Service is poised to train traders on how to curtail fire outbreak.
We will pray against this, yes, but I want us all to take heart because every pin matters. Every 1 naira matters in this difficult time, but we will also see what we can do. And for those who survived the inferno, the little we can to assist our brothers, especially those who lost much, please lend a hand.
Conducting the minister around the scene, Malam Sani Seidu told the minister that the fire outbreak could be linked to electrical upsurge.
Please, electrical problem, because we have a lot of machines here.
You know the problem why this fire is like this, that Kuje furniture material are dealing with combustible material. I told them in that last year, if we had that very program, that every shop must have a fire extinguisher and trained.
All the whole markets we are selling here is chemical, wood, plywood, edge tape, all of them can consume fire.
Madam Seidu maintained that as soon as the fire service received the information from Kuje residents, the service deployed personnel from Nyanya before the intervention of firefighters from armed forces, the Nigerian Army, Air Force, and Navy. In Abuja, Ifeanyi Izumba, NTA News.
Let's talk politics now. The All Progressives Congress membership registration and revalidation exercise is to commence in the next 2 weeks. A committee led by the governor of Kuje State, Yahaya Bello, has been inaugurated at the party's national secretariat in Abuja to ensure the success of the exercise. Salihu Abdullahi Gwanara reports.
Happy New Year to you all.
It is the first public function by the APC Caretaker Committee in 2021. Chairman of the committee, Governor Mainland Bridge, while inaugurating the Youth, Women and the Physically Challenged Mobilization and Sensitization Committee, says the APC is undertaking strategic measures in its rebuilding processes.
The committee is hereby advised to liaise with all stakeholders in all the states to carry everyone on board for an all-inclusive program.
Chairman of the 3-man member committee, Governor Yahaya Bello, is confident that APC is being repositioned as a strong political institution for quality and all-inclusive democratic practice.
All those who left the party before, those who are desirous of joining the party, and those who are desirous of decamping from other political parties to APC, that window has been opened.
Governor Dapo Abiodun of Ogun State is the vice chairman, while Professor Usuji Medena is the secretary of the committee. In Abuja, Salihu Abdullahi Gwanara, NTA News.
As Nigerians are keenly waiting to vote candidates of their choice in the 2023 general elections, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, is in early preparation by reviewing the voter education manual of the commission to effect new guidelines. Ngasia Peve has details.
The 4-day event by Independent National Electoral Commission is geared towards reviewing the voter education manual to accommodate new trends as well as give room to expand and improve on the existing manual to favorably capture all Nigerians, especially women and youths.
The Commission is reviewing this process with a view to upgrading and with a view to, improving the conduct of elections in 2023.
Participants at the meeting, who are staff of the Commission in the Department of Voter Education and Publicity, acknowledged the relevance of the manual evaluation.
Since we had the last one, a lot of changes has come. The young ones are yearning to be part of the system.
We'll be able to harvest the things that are already there, the things that are not there.
At the end of the voter manual examination, reviewers are expected to come up with an improved version to address shortcomings of the present voter manual. From Kefi, Nguse PV, NTA News.
We'll pause here in Abuja and let Dotun feed us with more stories from Lagos. Dotun, it's over to you.
Thank you, Ienre. After a 2-day lull in the ongoing registration for National Identification Number, the exercise has recommenced with centers across Lagos State recording a surge in the number of applicants. Adeni Taiwo reports that anxious applicants are calling for the establishment of more centers to address gaps in the registration process ahead of February 9 deadline for phone number NIN synchronization.
This is the Alausa office of the National Identity Management Commission, NIMC. It is a busy day for officials of the commission, as security agents here and other centers across the state where anxious applicants wait on long queues for their turn in the registration process.
He did my online, so I printed a form out. So they asked me to bring it to Alausa here. I spoke to one of the officials and showed them. One of them told me it does not matter. I have to redo it again.
And you talk to a few people, they're telling you different stories. The organizers of the program are not communicating with anybody.
Apart from having to travel long distances to some of the enrollment centers, some of the applicants also alleged form racketeering by touts who they said were exploiting the situation to make money.
You can imagine the population of Lagos, and you have just this one center for the whole of this area.
Apart from its 50 office centers spread across the state, the Commission says it has activated its licensed agents to commence enrollment as well as biometric data capturing of Lagos residents.
Some of them have started. I know that a lot of telcos, they are also licensed agents. In the next couple of days, you will see more of their presence in Lagos State.
Okwesowo, however, want Nigerians to avoid any form of incomplete NIN registration, especially those purportedly done by harmonizing bank verification number.
A NIN has been allocated to the BVN. So if such BVN holders dial *346, they will get a NIN. But the NIN becomes active when they come to our enrollment center to complete the data, the biometrics capturing.
Aside the much publicized government directives on phone numbers and NIN synchronization, submission of NIN has now become mandatory for vehicle registration. In Lagos, Adeni Taiwo, NTA News.
And away from that now, the Nigerian Navy has inaugurated several projects under the Western Naval Command to promote welfare of its personnel as well as improve physical and maritime security. Among projects inaugurated were Type A and B transit accommodation for ratings at Navy Town, Ojo, conceived as a quick impact project to address the shortage of residential accommodation for junior ratings drafted to various units in Lagos. The two blocks consist of 74 self-contained rooms with functional spaces such as common rooms, kitchens, stores, and restaurants.
Not less than 230 junior ratings are accommodated to perform their duties in their various units.
At the Nigerian Navy ship Beecroft Apapa, projects such as the reconstructed and automated main access gate, a 200-seat pavilion at the parade ground, CCTVs for enhanced monitoring of the bays and adjoining waterfront, as well as the renovated motor transport yard were inaugurated.
Overall, these projects that were commissioned today would improve on welfare and well-being of personnel, as well as enhance operational capability to secure the bays as well as the waterways.
The FOC also paid special tribute in the spirit of the 2021 Armed Forces Remembrance Day to troops at the front lines in various theaters of operations. And that's it from here. We now pause for a break.
In Ibadan, the capital of Oyo State, southwest Nigeria, has been repositioned for better service delivery to its teeming clients across the globe. The institute remains undoubtedly as a foremost research center of excellence with respect to knowledge-based forestry activities, as measured by the acquired scientific breakthrough. FREEN has demonstrated that youths, women and retirees can make millions of naira practicing low-capital agriculture. These include cane, rat, rabbit, and snail farming with returns on investments regularly. Added to its feathers is a certification by NAFDAC to the FREEN C-Tone Herbal Mixture and Remedy for the management of COVID-19 related ailments as immune booster. The institute is recognized by several international agencies. Recently, it got approval for 3 biosphere reserves in Nigeria by the UNESCO, MAP, and ICC. FREEN has come to stay. The future is very bright in making the forest profitable.
Dear customer, link your Airtel number to your national identification number today. Here are easy ways you can do it. Dial *121*1# on your Airtel line and follow the prompts on the screen. Type in your 11-digit government-approved NIN number. You will receive a confirmation message to confirm your entry. You can also visit www.airtel.com.ng/NIN to link your phone number to your NIN. If you do not know your NIN, simply dial *346# to get it. No stress, no wahala.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
The new Lifebuoy hand sanitizers with 70% alcohol will kill 99.9% of germs. Now available in convenient packs. Let us all take responsibility to fight this pandemic together.
Nigerian youths are about the greatest assets the country has at the moment. It is therefore not surprising that the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari is strategically responding to the yearnings of the youth through multiple projects and programs. Youth entrepreneurship support years by Bank of Industry, the Youth Investment Fund by the CBN, and several other conditional cash transfer programs. Recruitment of 774,000 social workers, majority of whom are youths, and so many other projects that are beneficial to youths directly or indirectly. If the administration can do all this, definitely with a degree of patience and time, it can achieve more. Nigerian youths must come together to say no to terrorism, no to vandalism, and no to all disruptive tendencies. #Youth for Greater Nigeria. Pacifying the youths, unifying the nation.
For over 70 years, we've protected our homes against germs together. And now is no different. So let's disinfect and protect our floors and surfaces every day. Dettol. Protect what's worth fighting for.
Glad to have you back. Let's now have a bit of business with Benny Adams, who's right here. Benny, good to see you.
Good to see you, Ienre.
It appears the bulls are doing great as far as the stocks are concerned. Am I correct?
You are so very, very correct.
All right, so let's hear more.
Well, good evening.
Ahead of July 1st deadline for members of Africa's new free trade area to complete their tariff reduction schedules and finalize essential rules of origin, economic experts have continued to express opinions on the areas of comparative advantage of member states. Dr. Emeka Okengu, a development economist, is of the view that implementation of Executive Orders 5, which talks about science, technology, and innovation, is key to Nigeria's market share in the AFCFTA.
If we're able to pursue that Executive Order 5 and we're able to align it, with programs like Ajokuta, getting it to fully function vis-a-vis its very complex mode of operations. I mean, steel production is just one of the few things that you can be able to do there. So that we now have what you call our own products that we're going to be marketing in after, something that we're going to be using in chasing the market share. I can tell you something for free. A lot of people might not know this, but Ajokuta has the capacity to produce hydrated lime. Hydrated lime is a very major demand for water purification, and we are importing, I think, I don't know, maybe it's even gone up now, about 18 million metric tons of hydrated lime into Nigeria.
Transactions on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange today closed in positive territory, with all share index appreciating by 0.36% to close at 40,295.95 basis points, as against 0.08% appreciation recorded previously, with investors also gaining 75.91 billion naira. Traders exchanged 1.1 billion shares valued at 7.9 billion in 5,591 deals. Market capitalization stood at 21.06 trillion naira. Market turnover closed positive as volume moved up by 243.91% as against 0.72% recorded in the previous session. Upcred, Mansard, and Transcorp were the most active to boost market turnover, with MTN on the market value list. The market's year-to-date return currently stands at 0.06%. That's a wrap on business.
Thank you so much, Benny, for that positive news there.
It's nice doing business with you.
Same here. All right, we're from business now. Senator Ienre has commended Governor Nyesom Wike for the bottom-up approach of project conception and execution in the state, which he says is the essence of governance. Senator Ienre spoke at the inauguration of Rumekini Alu Road in Port Harcourt. Ienre completes the report.
It is my singular honor to commission this.
The last few weeks have witnessed a series of road inaugurations by the River State government. Another inauguration is the Rumekini Alu Road that attracted the former secretary to the government of the Federation, Senator Ienre. Senator Ienre, while inaugurating the road, said he is pleased to be associated with the progress of River State government. He commended the governor for empowering indigenous contractors, thereby encouraging local content, which in his view is what Nigeria requires for progress.
Governor Wike is bonded with his people. As a result, he knows their needs and he conceives his projects to meet their needs. For this reason, there is none and there cannot be white elephant project in River State.
Governor Wike says River State government under his watch would not abandon any project but must complete every project started before the expiration of his tenure.
I have told the Minister of Works, because of what the local contractor has done, they must give him another job from Alo to Omagwa.
The Rumekini Alu Road is 5.8 kilometers long with a width of 10 meters and 5 kilometers drainage system for the control of flood water. In Port Harcourt, Ienre, NTA News.
And back to our earlier report, community involvement coupled with other stringent measures in the fight against armed bandits and kidnapping in Katsina State is playing a significant role in recording tremendous success in rescue operations of kidnapped victims. Let's now have details News with Shehu Adamu.
The abduction and subsequent rescue of 344 students of Government Science Secondary School Kankara was the first major litmus test for Katsina State government and security operatives fighting insecurity in the frontline areas of the northwestern part of the country. Security operatives adopted new strategies and strengthened existing ones, which led to the rescue of kidnapped victims in Katsina and bandits neutralized, as well as the recovery of arms and ammunition.
We've been telling the people, the world, that the problems we are having are community-based. Now community leaders are in partnership with us, together with the security forces, and that's why we're achieving these successes.
The Inspector General of Police intervened, set up a machinery in motion. That since these bandits on their own are calling for peace, it is not out of place for us to quickly accept those of them that are willing to drop their arms and embrace peace.
With the involvement of community as one of the strategies adopted in ensuring that kidnapped victims regain freedom from their abductors, traditional and religious leaders were optimistic that the new approach will go a long way in the return of normalcy in the frontline local government areas bedeviled by security challenges in Katsina State and the northwestern region.
To commend the federal government of Nigeria, the state government, and other security agencies for doing a wonderful job in curtailing this menace of security.
They also held the synergy among security operatives and pledged their support and cooperation in the fight against all forms of heinous activities in the state and the country at large. In Katsina, Shehu Adamu, NTA News.
From Katsina, let's go to Benin, where Obehi has the latest from that zone. Obehi, let's hear you.
Hello, Ienre. Good to see you. One way in which the federal government can fast-track infrastructure development is to rehabilitate and reconstruct its roads across the country. This effort gets towards a hitch-free vehicular movement is yielding positive results in the Edo State end of the federal highway. Udakobong Achibong in this report brings us views and experiences regarding federal roads rehabilitation in the state.
In November 2020, when the federal government commenced repair work on its roads in Edo State, different portions of the road, such as found around Isoko Bridge on the Benin-Lagos road that went bad, have been attended to. Some drivers and commuters attest to the improvements which have taken place.
They have worked in some places, like from Okada, Benin, so those places are, please, they work there. I witnessed it, I saw it. Inside Benin, Edo, yeah, it's still okay, because there is no pothole like that.
Benin Auchi Okene Road is another federal government span which experienced failure, but the portion is now undergoing rehabilitation and repair.
From that Obada, before you get to man, they try for those places.
According to the controller, Federal Ministry of Works, Edo State, contractors are returning to site.
At the end of this January, all the maintenance within this road must have been completed, and then the contractor will be able to focus on rehabilitation work.
For the users of these roads, a timely intervention on the bad portions of federal government roads in the state will tackle insecurity and other challenges. In Benin, Udakobong Achibong, NTA News.
And now to health. Ekiti State government is partnering with the federal government towards achieving remarkable primary health care service delivery in the state. To this end, Governor Kayode Fayemi has inaugurated 187 solar direct cold chain for primary healthcare facilities in the state. Hola Adeboboye reports.
The solar-powered refrigerators are targeted at boosting cold chain system management, facilitate uninterrupted availability and distribution of vaccines, and as well ensure optimal storage temperature to enhance immunization. Governor Fayemi said the initiative is to enhance effective immunization of children under the age of 5 years and pregnant women, and to improve the neonatal, infant, and maternal health indices in the state. The governor noted that the initiative, which was made
possible through collaborative efforts and counterpart funds by the state with the federal government, we make people have access to safe vaccination.
All these are to ensure that our people are safe from untimely and avoidable death from infectious diseases. I salute our frontline health workers and the generality of health personnel for their various roles of saving lives of our dear people.
The Healthcare Authority said the provision of the solar-powered refrigerators is a reflection of government's efforts at repositioning the health sector and make qualitative health services available and accessible to Ekiti people. In Ado Ekiti, Kola Adibabuyi, NTA News.
And that's it from Benin. The news continues after this break.
The Armed Forces and National Security on Tuesday Live tonight. The success and challenges of keeping the nation safe with those who should know. Tuesday Live, every Tuesday at 10:30 p.m. Join us.
Do you know that 35% of every girl child and women are raped on daily basis? Some are killed in the process, some take their lives in shame, others remain emotionally dead for life. It is sad. This culture is not ours, definitely not African. How did we allow bad culture to infiltrate and take over? Even if you lack fear for the law, what of fear of God? And you, why do you cover up rape acts when it happens? Remember, a problem shared is a problem half solved. Never cover any rape act because a rapist is a murderer. It could be you or your loved ones next. Women must be treated like the prize gem they are. Say no to rape.
Let's have a bit of sports now with Gift George as our guide.
In a bid for Nigeria to attain podium finish